What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And this is not another damn
Another day our podcast.
Presented by our
Damn
276 episode.
Yes.
Got that right. I'll have to do a bad dub after a 270.
The Atlanta Falcons.
Right. President.
I just think about what I think about Atlanta Falcons.
Bad dubs, yeah. Simpsons fans get that joke you just told me.
Yeah, I know people are like, what the hell are they talking about? Watch the Simpsons episode when Homer went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like season 8 or 9, something like that. Yeah.
Featuring the late John Madden and the late Pat Summerall. And the Vincent Price somehow, who was already dead, but he was on the episode too. Summerall and Madden were live. Vincent Price wasn't. But
that doesn't make a lick of sense.
Somehow he was in the episode too. There you go. Classic. Interesting weekend.
Yes.
Right now on the road because I'm attending a wedding reception. Yeah. So the lady, she got invited to a wedding. She said, hey, she wanted me to come along. I said, sure, I'll come along. Need to get out more anyway. Yeah, that's what she's always on me about not getting out a lot because all you do is work.
Work.
Because I like what I like. I don't feel like what I do is work. Most of the time I feel like I'm just playing music and talking shit. That's why. So it doesn't really feel like work. So I forget it's good to get away. But yeah.
And that's the thing. Like when you find something you love, it's not like it's I gotta go here.
I like it doesn't really feel like work. It's like when I'm away, then I miss it. It's like I miss doing my show. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it is. Like I don't even feel like I'm working half the time when I am work.
And then, ironically, I'm actually attending a wedding too this weekend. So the next day, I'll be
weddings to go.
Yeah.
So that was ironic. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Marcus is actually going to be in a wedding. He's a groomsman for one of his friends. His friend was actually a groomsman at our wedding, so Marcus returned the favor. So
I remember. Hope he got some rhythm now because he sure was off step at the groom. That was the groomsman in your wedding. Yeah, Shout out my guy Dave. Like he put the video together. He's like, dude, because he had to edit.
Yeah, I remember. He got one move.
It took like 2 hours to get him on beat and shit like that.
He got one move. He does
Yeah.
He got one move when he dances. So.
But I'm gonna get that on because when you march in, because y'all marched in on beat, y'all didn't just walk in and shit like the way y'all came. So getting that dude on beat was like, okay. He said it was a nightmare. That's my memory of that. Of the one who was getting hurt.
We'll see.
He got some rhythm. Well, at least like the groom don't really march in, so that'll help you. He's
they just be like waiting, kind of
already there. So so there it is.
The groom usually just walks down there, like he'll be like,
he's already there.
Waving to the crowd, like he waves to the crowd, pretty much.
Already groom don't. Yeah. I always wonder why the groom and the best man don't get an entrance. They just there. But yeah, it comes. Everybody rides to the bride who's marrying this guy.
This dude
who's just already there. Everybody stands up, salutes the bride. He don't even get an entrance. His ass, he's just already there. He could have spent the night there. Nobody would know, because he was just already there.
Justice for grooms, is that what you say?
I have an entrance on my wedding. God damn it! Eyes are gonna break the tradition. Blow the whistle when I walk in.
Oh my God.
What's my favorite word? Groom. Why you gotta say it like so?
Oh my God. And unfortunately, I'm going to be part of that foolishness.
Hey, I might have you DJ. I can't DJ my own wedding. So.
I don't know how good it's going to be. I don't know how good it's going to turn out.
Just play blow the whistle. I'll be good. That's all.
together a Spotify playlist for you, but that's about the extent of my DJ at this point.
That's the new version, modern version of how we used to joke, like when people didn't have DJs. So he's hired a nerd with a CD player.
CD
Like,
player.
hired a nerd with a playlist now. That's the modern version. So nerd with a playlist just hired.
You just put your little daily mix on it, like plays like the little mix. You can do that. And just let it roll.
Yeah, always be necessary. Like only whack DJs complain about because they have like the technology that can blend like that the playlist now and make it sound like an actual mix like whack DJs would have. Like, but it never be able to read crowds. Like I don't get why
artificial intelligence will never be able
technology
to do
can never replace that. It's like because DJs can read the like what's something in your head you might think is a banger, you put it on and people are like they don't
people scared. They're scared of that.
Yeah, whereas like technology won't know that it's just gonna keep playing. What is like hey, technology's not gonna know okay, the people are not feeling this shit. Let me switch it up. It's like only DJs can actually read crowds. Okay, they ain't feeling it. Or if you are going in a way where they are feeling it, okay, let me keep going down this road. Well, you might have just gone random. It's like, okay, like we play more random shit. They like that. It's like DJs can read crowds. Like
we like a good like people in my age group. We like a good like if you play like a random song from like the 90s that like we forgot about. We're like, oh shit. We were like, yeah, like
like Case, Touch Me, Tease Me, like random shit like that. It's like Touch Me, Tease, like and Foxy Brown on that.
Yeah.
Random shit like that. It's like technology.
You'll be jamming to it.
So okay, let me play more random 90s shit. Yeah. Play some cut close, goddamn it. Like more random 90s. Okay.
Was that cut close? I like the way you tease.
Was that them? Yeah. I mixed up all the cut close. Then you had like Moke and Steph. And it's like all these groups had these little night up. Jade had a little run with
Don't Walk Away Boy.
Jade was their big hit. Don't Walk
Away Boy.
I was trying to think how that was Jade's big hit.
Yeah.
That was their signature song. The little 90s groups like that. Okay. They'd be like, whatever happened to such and such? I'd be going down YouTube rabbit holes, but they'd be like talking about like I just watched one of your favorite groups growing up with Immature, like whatever happened to Immature. I just watched.
I will never lie again. We saw them at the Regal Theater, me and Frida and Miriam. We saw them at the Regal. So I mean, we know how long ago that was. I just dated myself, but we know how long ago the Regal Theater was. But it was a cool show watching them do their thing. Batman, Romeo.
Wasn't that them watching? Wasn't that them?
Yeah, and little drummer boy
watching them do their thing. Watch me do my thing.
And they became IMX later, but IMX wasn't the same as Immature. It just wasn't when they became,
But they weren't like, you can't be like 30 and still calling yourself. You had to come up with something else.
And then they tried to say they were going to do Mature, but then that sounded like perverted. They said they were going to call themselves Mature.
Everybody went with IMX because it's
pervy, Mature.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What the hell are we talking about today? We got a lot of directions we can go in.
How do you want to start?
Want to talk about Thottie Pippen strikes again? That's where I want to start.
Up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane.
It's Thottie Pippen. I think that might be the name of the Thottie Pippen. Thottie Pippen strikes again. I'm feeling that.
Oh my gosh. So
those that don't know, we're talking about Thottie Pippen's ex-wife, Larsa Pippen. Was seeing out in public with Michael Jordan's son, his second son,
Marcus Jordan.
Yeah.
On a date. It appears
what looked like it may have been a date. It hasn't been confirmed, but it looked like what possibly was a date. Like Michael, Thottie Pippen. Her name is Thottie. Thottie Pippen, and I forgot the girl. Thottie Pippen, and Marcus Jordan.
And for age point references, Larsa is 48, Marcus is 31, I want to say.
Thottie Pippen.
Yeah, I want to say he's 31. So, yeah, he was out there on a date. And they like, once again, Mike and Scotty. He was like making the Mike and Scotty joke.
It's like, for those that don't know now, Mike and Scotty, they're not on the best of terms.
Yeah, they've had a little bit of
recent years. It's part of the reason why I think the Scotty didn't attend the NBA 70th because he knew Mike was going to be there.
Obviously, Michael was going to be there.
Scott, yeah, I think one of them wasn't going to. Here's the thing: if Scotty had showed, Mike probably would have no show. So yeah, that's probably was a condition. Yeah, I come, but like that if that motherfucker's there, I'm not going. Like Mike probably, Mike could do some shit like that. Mike could do some petty like that. If Scotty is there, I ain't coming. It's like, so Scotty wasn't there.
And so, they show Scotty on the Scotty Pippen. He was like on the jumbo thing.
On one of the people
video waving.
Yeah, the fake with the fake crowd noise.
Yeah, he was.
Because they had a bunch of them. Of course, the older guys.
The older ones, yeah, obviously. It's like them trying to get there.
When I say older, I mean players that played before we were born.
Yeah, like people who played in the 70s, like that. Like people who played in the 60s and 70s, like the older. 70s,
yeah, the older NBA guys that didn't make it, yeah.
It was nice to see like some of the old heads out there, the ones who made it, yeah.
Didn't make it, yeah. It's like they
it was good to see them. Because that was like a once in a lifetime opportunity. It was very good seeing that, like I'm gonna forever be grateful that I was able to see that, to witness that, the 75th anniversary. Yeah. But Larsa was out there on a date with Marcus, it looked like, and she just, I guess, bounces from NBA. Like, I don't know what she's doing.
She's becoming the NBA thought. That's what she is.
Like, I don't know what she's doing.
Ever been linked to as NBA players. Like, I guess, once you're in that bubble, I guess, like after Scotty, like, yeah, there's been a bunch of other NBA players she's been linked to. Like, even though NBA adjacent, because Marcus Jordan.
Yeah, because Marcus Jordan, yeah.
It's like he was better than his brother, but like that's not saying much. Like neither one of them Jordan boys didn't do much in college. He had more success than Jeff Jordan, but that's not.
They learned the business behind dad, so like they became businessmen. So that's where they're
right now. He's like a sneakerhead, obviously. Like
yeah, so that's where their talents lie.
Jordans, he started a sneaker shop. That's what he did. Mm-hmm. I think the other two, like Jeff and Jasmine, are both working for Jordan brand. I think they work at Jordan. And then Marcus didn't want to work for the Jordan brand per se, but he got his own sneaker boutique. So of course, he's gonna get all the best shit, like all the Jordan exclusives. Like he gonna get them.
Just make a phone call. Hey, Jay.
I need a couple more pairs of breads. Like,
I need this.
Need them bread 11s, damn it. Yeah.
And she hooked up with a Future too, so then there's that.
She hooked up with Future, so yeah. So okay, yeah, she's up to her thoughtness is diversified. Okay, yeah. NBA.
She's an equal opportunist.
Yeah. She's diversified her thoughtness. Okay, yeah.
And then that's why they said they was going to play. They would play like Future songs at Scottie Pippen's game.
I didn't see that. Some guys can be petty. Let's go back. Remember when Nick Young was with the Lakers and shit? Let's go back to Swaggy Pete and the whole the Iggy Azalea scandal with which ended up getting D'Lo traded. By the way, ended up getting traded for the Lakers because of that. Yeah,
bitches get stitches.
Exactly. Ended his Lakers career. And so this is when the Lakers and the Clippers were playing. So they were at Staples. Like yeah. But I guess it was the Clippers people that were like running the game. Yeah, it was like a Clippers home game. So Nick Young did something that he typically does because Nick Younged all the time. Like
he was a clown.
Not out acting a fool. Like he did something dumb, like turn the ball over. And like when the clown guy plays the fancy, like a few beats, the doom, doom, doom. He only played it long enough for like people to get what it was. Yeah. He didn't play like the whole song. He played maybe like 5 seconds. Fancy, and the crowd got what he was like. He was like right after they had broken up. So yeah, Clipper ball. Then switched it.
Petty.
But I had to talk about, see what you thought about, what you think about Thottie Pippen. I ain't mad at Marcus Jordan. I've done that before. So
I mean, she out there thought it out. My thing to her or whatnot is like, don't go out. Like when she did the whole Malik Beasley thing, like he had a whole wife and a baby, and like you're doing too much. Like when she went after him.
That's the best of my
It's like, okay, if you want to go out there, because like she's a single woman. So if you're a single woman, you want to date multiple guys, younger guy, whatever your thing is, you're free to date whoever you want when you're single. But if somebody is married, has a family, like don't go messing up families. Like don't go doing that. Like let's keep families together. Let's keep families together. Don't be a home wrecker. Don't do that.
I'm gonna get that trend in that Thottie Pippen shit. I said it last time, we didn't get like I'm down. If you see Thottie Pippen like trending, or you see it like somebody else talking about, remember where it came from. I've been saying that for 2 years, however long I've been.
You have been, and then you got me saying it because I put that in a post when I saw somebody talking about her date. I was like, Thottie Pippen, they was like dying laughing. Like,
Thottie Pippen strikes again.
You got me saying that.
It's the perfect name for her.
Yes, it's a great play on words.
It works on so many levels and shit.
But yeah, like I said, just don't be out there breaking up families. So you want to be single, do your thing. I mean, then like with her being 48, it's like, she married Scotty. She was younger when she married him. So it's like
they got together during the championship.
Yeah, like 96-ish, I want to say around that time.
Scotty's prime, like it was during the championship.
So she was younger. She was in her 20s. So it's like, now it's like you want to unleash that dragon because it's like I've been locked under here. So now it's like I gave away like my 20s, my 30s. So hey, I'm out here doing me. Like you want to have that. You want to have your whole face. You want to have the whole face. So whatever.
Have some hotels like Jasmine Sullivan.
Right. You want to do the hotel. So I mean, hey, if you want to do that, I just say don't break up families. That's what I say.
I don't get how people think this makes Scotty look bad. It's like he ain't with her no more.
No, they've been
the whole. They ain't got nothing to do with me. That's all. Like if my ex is messing around with dudes young enough to be a kid, like that, what they got to do with me?
Nothing to do with me.
Ain't with that broad no more. Like how that make me look bad? It's like we ain't together no more.
They got a real divorce. It's like it's different. Like if people, like the hood divorce, where it's like we live our separate lives, but we're still legally married. It's like those couples.
Still a married shithead, even though he's trying to date other women. We know about that. Trying to date younger women too.
You can't do that. You can't be out there like that. Like just divorce, like officially make that break. Don't be leaving.
Yeah, but I don't get how I don't think Scotty looks bad at all.
I don't either. I don't. People just like to talk. And then the fact that it was Michael Jordan's son, because they already have
Michael and Scotty got now
tension. So like, they have the tension.
So the Jordan stand, which like Jordan
ever since the Last Dance.
It's like the
Last Dance.
That's what kicked it off. It was Last Dance.
They stirred up some.
Scotty said, I ain't like the way I was portrayed in that shit, and like ever since, like they've been mad. Which Last Dance was the Jordan Stroke Fest. Looking back, it's like at the time, like we didn't have shit to do. The pandemic had just started. We were all in the house, like what do they call it? What was it called? Stay in place. What do they call it?
Shelter in place.
Sheltering in place. That's what we were doing. So we all watched that shit together. The Last Dance. I haven't been back to the Last Dance, so I don't know if I liked it or not. I gotta look back. It's like at the time I thought it was tremendous, but like I haven't been back. I haven't watched it.
I did too. I haven't watched it back yet.
So I don't know, like, was it really good, or it's just because we wasn't doing shit? We were just sheltering in place. So
and just the nostalgia too on top of that, because we got
the nostalgia stuff, but I don't know, like, was Last Dance a great doc, or was it a Jordan Stroke Fest? I don't know. I gotta look back again. Like I don't know. Let me bring this up too, since we're talking basketball. Let's just stay on topic. Where is it at? See what you think about this list right here.
Starting basketball season soon. This is like basketball winding down. I know other stuff is going on, but
NFL is starting this week.
I know. It just started NFL.
Yeah.
Okay, 12 greatest dunkers. Is this in any particular order, or?
I don't know if it's particular order. It might be because the top ones are like probably the ones people will put at
the top row.
So I don't know if it's in order or if it's just the 12 greatest dunkers. They might have it in order. Like
I picture Julius Erving look photoshopped though. That's like my only question. Why does that look photoshopped?
Yeah, it's a strange Dr. J picture.
Right. It's like I'm like that looks really weird, the Dr. J photo.
What you think about this list? Like, I don't think it's a bad list.
I don't think it's a bad list. Clyde had the glide when he did the beer when he did that.
Young Jay Rich was amazing. Sean Kemp was nuts. Yeah, like
I don't remember David Thompson's dunk. I can't say I remember much about his.
David Thompson was before your time.
I don't remember much about that. Like even like obviously like Julius Erving before, but I know Dr. J.
Everybody knows Dr. J.
I know his stuff. Yeah.
Dominique,
Dominique and Jordan.
you probably caught the tail end of Dominique, yeah. But
yeah, Dominique and Jordan, of course, we all saw that. Yeah. Vince Carter, of course, one it's over.
Current Bull, Zach LaVine, we know.
Yeah, Zach LaVine is
Blake Griffin jumping over cars. Everybody knows that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Of course, the one name, like who's the one guy that the internet went nuts over that broke the internet on his list somehow. So,
who
always breaks the internet anytime he's listed. I found this in the universal
LeBron.
And you know what that is. It's really the fuck LeBron. Why is LeBron on this list? Let's all tell LeBron sucks at everything. Okay, he's not a good dunker.
He can't duck, he can't assist, he can't rebound.
His rings don't count.
Matter. It's questionable. He's not a team.
He's not
a team player. He hops from.
Again, you say he's not the GOAT, but for y'all saying that he's not a good player, like y'all need a new hobby. You don't think LeBron James is a good bat? You don't think prime LeBron, maybe not old LeBron now with the Lakers, but like prime LeBron when he was in his teens and like early 20s with the Cavs, dunking there. You don't think that he was a great dunker then and shit?
When he carried Boobie Gibson to the finals. You don't think that he was good there? He carried Boobie Gibson.
I need to find something else.
Scrubs he had on Cleveland.
If you didn't see LeBron dunking.
I mean, granted, they got swept, but I mean, he still carried them to the finals.
You see a 19, 20, 21-year-old LeBron, the way he was like moving back then. It's like, if you don't think that he was a great dunker, then you should probably find a new hobby. Like basketball ain't it for you.
This ain't it. I mean, I think it's a pretty solid list. I like the list.
Yeah. But I have no cats. I said we got to talk about that. I had to roast some of them mentally ill.
Yeah, I have no
illness. Like the LeBron syndrome is a mental illness.
And then like you always
properly diagnosed. That's all.
And then with anything like that, everything is subjective. All that these are opinions. Like
some might put if that is in order per se, some might have like the Jordan Vince debate. That's a legit debate. It's like it's like I grew up obviously watching Jordan, and I'm wearing Jordans right now. It's like Jordan is my guy. But if I had to say the greatest dunk contest, 2000 Vince Carter. So 88 Jordan Dominique was great, but like that 2000.
And I say Zach LaVine and Gordon is a third. I say that's third.
So it was on Vince Carter, Jordan Dominique, and then Gordon LaVine. Now Gordon, you could argue he should have been on.
I think that those are the three best dunks that.
If anybody got slighted, possibly once again, Aaron Gordon got slighted again.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon.
He lost 2 dunk contests and he didn't make this list. They just won't give Aaron Gordon his flowers.
Won't give him his flowers.
That cat just can't get his flowers. He didn't make the list. I thought about it right now.
It could have went anyway, him and Zach LaVine, because like that could have went all night, them dunking. It could have went all night.
Yes, I just thought about that right now.
It could have went all night.
Let's pull it back up. Aaron Gordon is not on this list.
No, he's not.
I'm wondering right now. Wait a minute. I don't see Aaron Gordon
at all.
Zach made it. I don't see Aaron Gordon on the. I don't know who you bumped though. Yeah, like if you're gonna put.
Who do you bump?
I don't know who you bump. Maybe Draxler. I don't know. That's who they got at the bottom. I don't.
Yeah, like you can't. Who do you bump?
I think it was a solid list. So I just thought I'd.
But those are the three best. I'd say like the best contests that like. Like Vince Carter, Jordan, Dominique, and LaVine, and
I watched
Gordon.
all three. Yeah,
those are the best three. And then the less said about last year's contest, the better.
Better about most of these recent ones,
especially that one. It's like they were missing dunks.
The last good one probably was LaVine and Gordon. Was probably the last.
Awful. Yeah. And I get why Zach is like, okay, I want to do something else because it's like, I get why he's trying to like.
Already did that. Yeah.
But I mean, come on, Zach, you gotta come back because this contest sucks now. So
because Zach didn't get in when it was in his home in Chicago. That's when All-Star was here in 2020 in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
That's we're mad at that. But Zach was like, I don't want to do. And remember, Zach, he got snubbed that year.
He got snubbed that year.
If he had made the All-Star team, maybe he would have entered the dunk contest that year.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck it, I'm not on the All-Star team. I'm not dunking either.
I'm not dunking.
Yeah. Interesting, though.
But, I have no complaints about it. But since we stay in sports, like football started this week, obviously. So
one baby.
Gear up, ladies. I saw so many women just mad, like I don't care about this. Like my whole thing is what's the big thing about guy watching football. If a guy is watching, and like I said, I let me make an amendment to this statement. If a guy is a provider and he goes to work and he does everything he's supposed to do, it's no harm in him enjoy. I said, I'm not talking to you guys who don't provide, don't do anything. I'm not talking to you. That's not who I'm talking to. But if you're a person like you work and you provide for your family, you do what you're supposed to do, unwind on Sunday, watch the game, watch your Monday night football, watch your Thursday night football.
Especially Sunday, because like most people are off Sunday, or they do work at short hours, but like the average person is off on Sunday. So you want to spend your Sunday watching the NFL? What's the problem?
That's my house. Like
what's the problem? Yeah.
And Marcus got home from that rehearsal dinner on Thursday. When he came in the house, he was like, "Can I turn?" I said, "Go turn on the game," and he turned on the game. I know this is way like this football season. So
the Thursday games I usually miss because
I'll be watching it.
I'll be I might catch the end of it, but yeah, typically the Thursday games I miss. Sunday I'm watching. Monday, if I want to see the game, but then I watch Monday Night Raw on Monday. So if it's a game like I want, like the Bears or somebody is playing, I watch the Monday game. I tend to skip the Monday games too, like unless like one of the teams I like is playing.
Watch the Cowboys because you like the Cowboys.
Otherwise, I watch Monday Night Raw. I typically watch that on Mondays.
But he's watching football. Every day football is available. He's watching it, and that's what he does. It's no harm in your guy watching sports. I mean, I like football. I love basketball. I do like football. I just love basketball. So basketball is more my season that I'm waiting for. And as if we talked about a little bit of football, let's delve in with talking about the Bears. It's looking like Arlington Heights is going to happen. Looking like it's going to happen.
Arlington Heights Bears, it looks like it's going to be a thing. Like, yeah, they purchased the land. They've been approved, like, to start building. It's like, it's going to happen. It's
and now they're like,
deny it that, saying that, well, like, nothing has been green lit yet, but like there's a lot of moving parts. Like it's all signs are pointing towards the Bears.
And then like what they've been doing is like now they're like basically pleading their case out there, like basically trying to bring it to like the towns out there to try to like say like
because like even though most people like out there would because it is a lot of people that don't want any part.
Yeah, it is people who don't want it, but
don't want that out here. It's like it's people like. For example, like if our mom lived out in the heart of the high
school, yeah, she would hate it. Yeah, she would hate it. Yeah,
y'all can stay in Chicago. Like, people
like that. She hates sports. She hates sports.
She's gonna bring the riffraff out there to your town. It's like, y'all can stay up there in Chicago.
But the thing about it is like once they build it, it's going to create revenue. It will create revenue. It will bring jobs. It will
economy.
Money. Boost the economy. Yeah. So. But then Soldier Field is owned by the Park District. So Soldier Field would still be there. So they would be just doing it would be like an event space, I guess.
Yeah.
And you can think about like
the concerts they have is so like Beyonce, the Soldier Field.
The Rolling Stones.
Yes. Kevin Hart did Soldier Field.
Bruno Mars.
Bruno's done it. It's like,
I'm like,
they're gonna have those big
Silk Sonic. Let's make Silk Sonic like be a Soldier Field. Come on, Silk Sonic.
They go on the road like they Soldier Field will probably be a stop. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think the Chicago Fire soccer, they play there. So like
they do. They do.
There.
When we were going to the aquarium that day, it was the soccer. We were like, what is going on? And it was like soccer. We were like, we were like, okay. We didn't know what was going on. We're like, why is it so crowded out here? Like, what's going on?
Kanye released a Donda 3, and he'll probably have a listening party there. We were at the Donda 1. You and I went to that. So, I don't think he did a Donda 2 party in Chicago. If he did, I don't remember him doing one, but he definitely did the Donda 1 there. So like stuff like that, you're still like, Soldier Field will still be straight. It's just won't have the Bears, which would suck because Chicago was one of the few cities where all of the home teams play in
city limits. Yeah.
Put the map up, Chicago, not Chicago. Arlington Heights on that part outside of not Chicago. That's where Arlington Heights is.
Yeah. Arlington Heights is not Chicago.
Map up, yeah.
It's a little bit past the airport, so it's a good ways. It's a little bit past the airport, so it's a nice little.
I was there last year, like I was driving and I said, "Oh, that's Arlington Park. That's a race because that's what they bought the land. That was the old Arlington racetrack." Yeah. It's like, so they bought that land, yes, which is like racetracks are big as hell. So it's definitely enough room to build a football.
Which our dad went out to the racetrack back in the day. He used to go
Yeah,
out there.
Dad used to take us like we were kids going to the racetrack.
It was the 80s. So, I mean, for point of reference, it was the 80s. And
Chicago was a big race town back there because they had Arlington Park, they had Sportsman Park, Balmoral Park. Like, I'm going down the history lesson. I've been to all of them motherfuckers. I definitely
should not have been there.
You go like, yeah. And like, as kids, you think it's cool. It's like, oh, look at the horses. Like, you don't know that Pops is really gambling.
Right?
It's like going to the circus. We just watching the horses run around. That's what as kids, that's what we thought. It's like we just
this is cool.
It's okay.
The horses were, yeah, that's cool. That's what's up.
We had no idea what was really done.
You see your dad like this. He's like
this. Yeah, or like, damn, like that. Either won or he lost. Like that.
Yeah, like that.
Most times,
like this.
Most people are going to lose. Like,
ripping up tickets.
You see them like, yes, then you know we going to the toy store that day.
You know we going to Toys R Us then.
Like, yeah.
No, we going to service merchandise.
Get that new BMX, that Huffy BMX, damn it. Get that new G.I. Joe, damn it. Let's go.
Get you some more games for the Super for the NES.
NES. I need that Ghost and Goblins or whatever.
Need a Double Dragon.
Double Dragon 2. Let's go. Yeah, I need that.
I need
Double Dragon 2 in my life. I'm just saying. You know you were going to this toy store that day, basically.
Hilarious.
Yeah, we used to go. Yeah, but I was last year. I was driving in Arlington, yeah, and then I passed right by it. I was like, oh, that's where the Bears are gonna play. Yeah, that's the first thing that popped in my head because I saw the land. I was like, oh, that's good. The Bears are gonna be here in a few years.
People don't get your panties in a bunch because this is it's like obviously when you have to build and do all that because then permits, you have to like get all the zoning and all that type of stuff.
Oh, yeah, and the Bears lease is not up until like 2029 or something.
Yeah, it could take up to 10 years basically for this to happen.
Probably end up playing that whole lease. People saying, well, they could break the lease, but I think they're gonna end up playing the full.
They're gonna end up playing it. This thing could take about 10 years.
The red tape, it's gonna take a while to get the stadium anyway.
Get it up and going, yeah.
Bears, they'll still be. They're gonna play the entire lease out. I think.
So it won't be like it probably won't be until next decade, like 2030, 2031, like that.
Right, Bears. Yeah.
Right.
How long it took the Rams to move back to LA? That was like, I know it wasn't 20 years, but they were in St. Louis 20 years. That's all I'm saying. No, all of that wasn't them trying to move back to LA, but I'm sure a good portion of it. Because think about LA to St. Louis, they're like, this sucks. We gotta get back to LA. That's what it probably took 10 years just to get the team back out there because they had to get the whole stadium cleared, like get all of that. Had to get all the red tape.
There's a lot with doing.
Now they got that big ass SoFi Stadium all there, and I'll say it's LA, but it's like out there. You know what I'm saying? They got that big ass stadium. It's like the Cowboys who you just mentioned, like they play outside.
They play outside, yeah. Because when I visited Brittany when she was in Dallas, and then I was like,
Cowboys?
where do they play? You know.
I went to the Cowboys game. Also.
No, we didn't go to the game. No, we didn't go to the game. No, we didn't go. But I was asking her because it was the summertime. I was like, I was asking her where they play because I was trying to see like where stuff was in relation to where she was living because I was trying to just like see. And she was like, "Oh no, they play out, wherever they was like."
And then the Jets and the Giants, both New York teams, like they play out. Their stadium is like in Jersey and shit. Like,
it's in Jersey. Yeah, because Marcus saying that Marcus like the New York teams are in New Jersey actually.
Jersey Giants and the New Jersey Jets, really.
Jersey Jets.
Play in Jersey, so like neither one of them motherfuckers.
Crazy.
That's why the Cardinals fixed theirs. They just said, fuck it, just call us the Arizona Cardinals. They were the Phoenix Cardinals, say, y'all don't even play in Phoenix. Like, fuck it, we're the Arizona Cardinals. So for all the assholes that we same with the Warriors did it too. Because like back in the day, they were the San Francisco Warriors.
Yeah.
But then like they moved to Oakland when like they built the old the Oracle, the old Oracle. And so we all ain't said, so fuck it, we're Golden State now. We're not the San Francisco Warriors, but we're the Golden State. Now they back in San Francisco. I'm surprised they didn't change the name back to the San Francisco Warriors because they moved the new stadiums in San Francisco. But they played in like Oakland for like 40 years, however long they were in Oracle. So like, but back in the 70s, it was the San Francisco Warriors till they said, all right, fuck it, we the Golden State Warriors.
The Golden State Warriors. And just leave it just general Golden State. The whole Bay Area. It's like that's the Bay Area. We out here in the Bay.
Well, the Bears, the Illinois Bears, that'll sound weird.
Yes.
We are the Bears. At least don't feel too bad. At least we ain't got to say the Chicago Commandments, the Commanders, whatever they call it. Oh, it's the Commanders or Commandments, whatever. Washington, whatever they. I don't even know the name.
Oh God! Yeah, the why? I'm like
Commanders. Thank you. Is it Commanders or Commandments? That shows you how bad the name is.
Like like Cobra Commander, like that, like Commander, like that.
Yes, they Cobra Commander from now on. The Cobra Commanders. That's officially the name.
That's the first thing I think about Commander is Cobra Commander.
You just coined the phrase from here on out. The Washington football team are officially known as the Cobra Commander.
The Cobra Commander.
That's what I'm going to call them from here on out. Cobra Commander. They need to just go all in, like, and change the logo to the Cobra logo,
and then put like the whoever, like, kind of make it look like that.
Battle cry should be Cobra. When they take the field, so the Omaha, like Peyton Manning, they say Cobra.
I can't.
Cobra
Look when I started. I didn't mean to start that.
I remember the name of the team. Like, I won't call them the Commandments anymore because now they're the Cobra Commanders. Like, now I know the name.
Like what type of the command? Like that's a terrible name.
Yeah, come up with something. Because Washington football team wasn't gonna get it.
That was awful.
They changed from the old name, which can we even say the old name? Or is that canceled now? Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Fuck it, the Redskins. It's like
it's can't.
Why they got rid of that? Yeah. But yeah, then they just can't. It was kind of last minute because they changed it right after the George Floyd stuff happened. So like that sparked this. It said in training camp was about to get. They didn't even have time to pick a new name. So said, okay, fuck it, we're just the Washington football team.
Washington football team.
But after all this time, 2 years, and that's what you came up with, the Washington Commanders. The Cobra Commander sounds much better though. That slaps. And then
the Cobras, like they can.
Same thing with Cleveland and their baseball team. I think about Star-Lord and Gamora because they're the Cleveland Guardians. So we got the Cobra Commanders and the Guardians of
the Galaxy.
With I am Groot. It's just saying I am Groot. They need to have I am Groot. If somebody's named Groot like ever plays baseball, they have to sign him. Cleveland got to sign.
I am Groot.
Yeah, come on. You need to find somebody named Groot.
Rocket.
Yeah, you change
I'm here for Rocket.
I was about to say the mascot needs to be a raccoon. Yeah,
Rocket.
Rockin' Raccoon needs to be the mascot. I was just about to say.
I'm all here for Rocket.
Guardians. When I say Guardians, that sounds stupid.
Guardians.
They said they got rid of the engine.
But I mean, I get why they, especially like their logo was just super racist. Like the Redskin, like the name was racist, but the logo
was the name. The logo was fine, but it was the logo. And they got rid of the logo a while ago. But I guess people still like. I guess there wasn't a nice. So we're just gonna get rid of the whole thing. Yeah. Because the logo they got rid of some years back.
Because the logo wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
I'm talking about the Cleveland.
No, I'm saying they're too off. I'm talking about the Washington. I said Washington's wasn't bad.
It was the name that was problematic. Yeah, that's like having a black guy calling the blackface. It's like that. It's like Redskin is kind of like saying black.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you had like I said, the Cleveland one was just awful. Like the way that that was
the smiling, the cheesing Indian. Yeah,
that like what was. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Like, but then
last all the way up until about 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Thing like in the 20s. So
this thing was still when Ariana was born. When Ariana was born, this thing was still a thing.
The Indian logo was still out when
still a thing when Ariana was born.
Pretty much.
like what are we doing? But that's the history that we come from. Is that stuff wasn't
alma mater? Yeah, like are the Illini are they going to change to the Let's come up with one. We got the Guardians of the Galaxies. We got the Cobra Commanders. What's another cartoon?
They can still be the Illini, but they don't have to. They can because Illini is not a racist.
Problematic shit. Yeah,
they can still be the Illini, but they could change the logo to another. I don't know, what's a I don't know what type of animal. They could change it to some type of animal or something. I
That's
don't
why
know.
the safe thing to do is that's why most sports teams are named after
Animals, yeah.
birds in particular. It's like there's a lot of birds.
Yeah, because birds just really feel. I'd be afraid, but birds really feel American.
Yeah,
they do. They just feel really American if you're a bird.
Eagles, you got the Seahawks, you got the Atlanta Hawks. It's like it's a lot of bird teams. So yeah, a lot of bird teams. Like bird teams are like that's safe.
Cardinals, yes.
The Cardinals, bird teams. The Orioles is like bird teams are safe. There's animal teams like we got the Bulls and Bears and Cubs.
Is somebody a bluebird or no? Do they have a bluebird team?
Blue Jays. You think about Toronto
Blue Jays. There you go. I was like, I know it's like a bluebird team. Yeah, Blue Jays. There you go.
New Orleans Pelicans is like
Pelicans.
There's a lot
I wasn't feeling the Pelicans. I like Pelicans. They kind of.
Well, guess what? They didn't want to use the Hornets because Charlotte ended up taking that name back, because they Charlotte wanted because Jordan said, "Yeah, want my name, God damn it!" I think when the new owners bought New Orleans, they wanted to change it to something more appropriate for them, and I think the pelican is the state bird for like Louisiana. So
it is. It is, but the pelicans are just kind of they're not a cool bird.
It makes sense if you're in Louisiana, but like for everybody else, like pelicans, really. But
it's not a cool.
Locals might say, "Hey, well, that's our bird with the bird," so they get it. It's
like we have a cool state bird.
Little known fact, though, the Cardinals were originally started in Chicago. Chicago Cardinals.
Oh,
they relocated.
Makes sense because Illinois is like Cardinals is a state bird for Illinois.
So in another timeline, we'd be Cardinals fans instead of Bears fans. It's like because Cardinals were the original Chicago team, but they relocated. Yeah, so that's a little known fact right there that a lot of people don't know.
I was with the history lesson.
So if you're a Cardinals fan and you're from Chicago, you get a pass. It's like okay, they were back in the day, they were a Chicago team. But most of us, like for generations, grew up Bears fans. It's like you gotta be really old to remember the Cardinals in Chicago. The silent generation.
Which not many of them are around.
Yes, you gotta be really old to remember that.
Speaking of, I said we could delve into this very quickly. It's a segue. So like you always say, we ain't doing this.
Oh yeah.
Queen Elizabeth passed away.
Oh yeah.
96 years old, and it caused quite a stir on Twitter.
Yeah, like what's the name? What's funniest to me is I didn't realize that Queen. I didn't really that black people were so into this Queen Elizabeth stuff because all I see is like the memes mocking about how Negroes are mourning. Like I haven't seen one person mourning the Queen. It's like
right. Cause I saw the
black
meme.
Or white, to be honest.
I saw the meme of.
This is the first time you and I have even talked about it. Only person I mentioned this was I called our mom because our mom doesn't have a smartphone. So I called her and said, "Yeah, you're the queen." And mom's older, so she's into shit like that.
Yeah, so she's into
the only person I've even mentioned the queen dying to was our mom.
Mom told me she was like, "Well, I gotta get to the store so I can get my newspaper so I can clip the."
I called her the day of that. Yeah, I was like, "Yeah."
She still clips the articles out the newspapers when someone dies.
Yeah. Wow, she always get her. She was like, "Oh, I didn't see it in the paper." I was like, "It just happened 2 hours. She just died 2 hours ago.
Happened 2 hours.
Not gonna be in the paper." It's like she just her body is probably still warm.
Tomorrow. It's not there now. But yeah, like I said, I didn't realize that so many people were people really mourning like that because I just saw the Django.
One person mourn.
The Django meme.
Yeah, the Django is the big one. There's been a lot of them. Funniest. Well, you go ahead and I'm gonna laugh.
The meme that got me. They had it said United States, Great Britain, and you know what they had? They had Betty White's picture for United States, and they had Queen Elizabeth for Great Britain, and they said that we won because Betty White was 99 and then she was 96.
That's pretty funny.
I was like, they petty.
That's pretty good.
But they super petty for that. That one made me snicker. That one did. Then I like the one where they said Charles is finally king now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
He's like 73 now.
He's the oldest person to take the throne.
Yeah, he's Queen 73.
And I guess it's a lifetime position too.
It is.
So you can't become king unless you, and she's like, he probably been waiting for like 30, 40 years to be king, but like she just wouldn't die.
Is it appropriate that, oh, I just can't wait to be king?
Yeah, shout out. Is that Jason Weaver? Wasn't that him?
Right? Was he like waiting, just like saying that every year? Oh, I just can't wait. And then some people, like, they so silly. They're like, oh, I didn't even know the queen was still alive. I'm like, stop. Like, they thought that she had died like years ago. I'm like, stop it.
Some people like, probably did think she really died.
Some people thought that she had already died.
I'm like, yeah, the Negroes, yeah, the only queen I acknowledge is Latifah. I saw those.
Yeah.
It's like, here's a funny one that might make you laugh. It made me laugh. Or somebody on the other side, like, about how, like, you didn't know that Negroes aren't into the whole royal family thing, allegedly, but at the same time, look at this tweet from this dude I saw. Y'all hate the royal family. When that mixed woman joined a couple of years ago, y'all were cheering on the streets. I said, I gotta share this with the kid.
That mixed woman.
I laughed out loud on that one. It's like, it's like black people were like, yes, and all of that.
Yes.
I agree with him.
Yeah.
It's like ZV Bear, whatever your name is. It's like,
I just like her story. I share her story because it's like, you were like, I mean, she was an actress and everything, but it's like your friend set you up on a blind date with a fucking prince. So you have a great friend to set you up. Like, I'm gonna set you up on a blind date. It's the prince, you know. I'm gonna set you up with a prince.
That shit is funny. Or like a couple of years ago, like, I don't care about no real time, but when that mixed woman married, yes, you go, girl.
They were cheering.
And it's like, y'all got up at 4:00 in the morning to watch that wedding.
Watch that
in the comments on this. Like, y'all niggas say you don't care about the royal family. But how many of y'all got up at 4:00 in the morning to watch that mixed woman marry that dude?
And it was like, with the royal family not accepted her, and then you said you lied like she was black.
Yeah. Let's say, yeah, like for Obama.
Harry marries a black woman.
Marries a black one. She's black. Yeah. I saw her in the Horrible Bosses. I had no idea that chick was black.
me looking like the lady on greens, beans, potatoes. Me looking like that.
Yeah, look.
Me looking like that.
I saw her on Deal or No Deal. I didn't know she was black. I knew Claudia Gordon was black. I didn't know she was black on Deal or No Deal.
And the other girl, the one who likes Tyra Banks, I forgot her name. The one who likes Tyra.
I remember her. Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, she looked like Tyra Banks. Like, yeah, that could be. But her, I never would have, like, looking at Megan. Like,
she said Megan opened the case. Like, I didn't say, like, look at the black woman opening the case. I didn't say that
shit. And her name, Meghan Markle, like her, so I can even her name. It's like,
I know we going way off the rails, but I'm gonna say my piece. Yeah, it's like she's black.
I mean, I'm not taking it away, but I mean, like, people would get all in the up, like for racists who get in the up, that black woman. This is like, she's like, yes, she's mixed, but she's if she didn't say her race, you would not even know that she was big. Like, you wouldn't even know that she was black, part black. You would not even know that if she just kept her mouth shut and didn't say anything and just showed up. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't have nothing to say about
her. Know that mixed woman was black. I'm gonna call her that mixed woman.
That mixed woman. That's hilarious.
Yeah, this dude made me laugh. I was like, because I knew we were gonna talk about this. I said I'm definitely gonna share that tweet.
But yeah, like I said, we're not like, I just mentioned the queen passed away. And like I said, like I
didn't post nothing about it. It's like,
I didn't either.
Yes.
I'm just saying it because I mean it's a thing that we have to cover.
I didn't say rest in peace, and I still haven't said it.
Yeah. I just said she passed away.
Oh, she died 96. I said, Mom, the queen.
She joins her husband now because he passed away last year.
Yeah, last year. Okay, I knew it was last year. Okay,
it was last year.
Okay, yeah.
So she joins him, Prince Philip, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Charles the Fifth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We've been waiting, like they said, probably at least 30 years. Like, yeah. Because she's 96, that means she was 66 30 years ago.
Yeah,
he's around 65 or something.
Well, now he's the king, and we'll see if he gets to rule for till he's 100.
I don't know what's the succession like. William is next in line now. I don't know. Yeah, Prince William.
Yes, because William's older than
I
Harry.
think the oldest son is the next. He would be king next. I think. I don't fucking know yet. I don't know enough.
And they said they gave the kids like new titles now. Like the grandchildren have like
move up. Everybody's moves up. Like
So the grandchildren are all princes and princesses. I want to say now.
So his wife is Queen. I forgot what her title was. Yeah, but Queen Couture. I don't know. I just made that up or something like that. So yeah.
I don't know how the monarchs work. I don't know all that.
My royal knowledge is it's not that believe it or not.
Buckingham Palace, I know that.
Royal knowledge is like this and shit.
That's my extent. Buckingham Palace, like, I know that. That's about
Buckingham Fountain.
Buckingham Fountain. We know the fountain in Chicago. The fountain right there.
Palace. You asked me about Buckingham Fountain, yeah. Or ask me about Buckingham School back in the day that me and Feast went to. Yeah, I know that, but Buckingham Palace, not so much. Yeah. Those Buckingham
the guards with the hats.
I don't even know if that's all the same Buckingham. Like, is it all the same one? It's like, it might be 3 different Buckinghams. Like,
hey,
I don't know. Like, are they all named after the same person? I don't know.
The world may never know.
Mountain and the palace named after the same motherfucker. I don't know.
The world may never know.
So what you think about have you heard about this right here?
Let me see.
What they saying that I haven't read all the details, but allegedly you heard, yeah.
I saw it.
No more cash bail if they're saying for like these crimes. It's like well, here's like what I'm confused about. Does that mean if you commit these crimes, they just gonna let a motherfucker out? Or if you commit crimes, like you can't make bail, like which is it? Yeah.
Right. There needs to be more.
Because if it's okay, we just letting motherfuckers out for committing those crimes, like that's not good. It's like
no, it's not. Robbery, come on now.
A kidnapping is. Let's pull it back up. There's some wild shit on this list. Let's read all of them. There's some wild ass shit on this list, kid. Okay, aggravated battery, aggravated DUI, aggravated fleeing, arson, burglary, drug-induced homicide, intimidation, kidnapping, robbery, second-degree murder, damn it, threatening a public official. So second-degree murder is like, it got to be the latter. Like, does it mean that you just don't get bail if you commit any of those? Like, because I'm fine with that. If it means like, well, we're not going to like. You commit second-degree murder, you can get out.
We're gonna let you out of the street, and then you can murder again.
That's it. Like that. That's some bullshit. Yeah. That's it. You wonder why motherfuckers like getting their carry license in Chicago, in Illinois and shit. Shit. Get your license to carry, damn it, because
I mean,
they let second-degree murderers out, like, which I don't know if that's what that means, but if that's the case,
we need some clarity because.
So I want to know if it means
just period, just period. The way they write legislation is like very confusing because it's like you use all these words
on purpose.
We don't know what these words mean. Like we don't know what people like. How many people know like litigation? Like you like start breaking down. Like people don't know what that shit means. Like say it in layman's terms. Say it in a way that you can just.
Yeah, just clear it up, saying that if you committed any of those crimes, like no more bail for you. Yeah, or say if you committed those crimes, then we're not going to bail is not required to get released. Like make it clear. Like I don't. Yeah. It's kind of confusing the way like the.
That's very sketchy.
That shit is coming up January 1st, a few months away. So I want to know between now and then. Exactly. I want to know like if it's gonna be murderers on the street without bail and shit.
Well, I mean, and then kidnapping, it's like I have kids. It's like, like people like people kidnapping can just be like around schools. Like, it's like that's a concern that we have as parents,
And I don't want Illinois to turn into California. So California is a fucking mess. Like that's why I don't. I would never live out there. Like, visit, but I would never live out there. It's a mess.
And it's expensive as fuck. Too.
And because like I think they raised like like you won't I think they had you won't get locked up if you steal like under like a certain amount, like whatever it is. It's like and I think the amount is pretty high. Like I think it's like close to $1,000. So basically,
oh my God,
you could go in the store, fill up your shopping cart, and just walk out with that shit, and like they can't charge you, like because it's like it's a misdemeanor. It's not a felony, like under whatever the amount is. So it's like motherfucker, it's videos of motherfuckers just like loading up on shit and just walking right out. All they could do is be like the lady in Juice, like, sir, where you going? And like they can't even arrest you for that shit. It's like, yeah. So like I don't want that shit to happen here because they stop arresting motherfuckers for shit. But when I saw that, I was like, is it like no cat? Because like if it's no bail, like then that means okay, like you can't if you murder somebody and you can't just bail out. It's like I'm fine with that if that's what the law is. Like no more bail for murderers.
Make it make sense.
Yeah. So like, what did they mean when they said that? I had all of mine, but there's a couple. When we were talking basketball, I forgot to mention. We'll do this in a quick take because we both possibly Carmelo, possibly to the Bulls. Did you see that rumor out there?
I did not see that.
What do you think about that? Yeah, let's just touch on it real. Because I joked about saying this would be third time's the charm. Like the Bulls, Carmelo, this like they've been like trying to. It's the first time was in 2014. We remember that he ended up re-signing with the Knicks. I wasn't mad at that. It's like he re-signed with his team. It's like
his team where he was at.
Yeah, like I don't see how you can get mad. Like you get mad at KD and LeBron for switching teams, but then get mad at Carmelo for staying with his team. It's like, which is it? It's like make it make sense. It's like, yeah. Just because he didn't come to your team.
He didn't come to your team. That's what it is.
And that's what I was like, yeah, it's a bummer he didn't come to Chicago, but I'm like, hey, he re-signed with his team. Like, yeah, just I ain't mad at him. The cats are still butthurt over that now. It's like, yeah, we you ain't come back in the day, so we don't want you now. But Carmelo, he give you like
still can score. He can still score.
Yeah, and think about his bench scoring. Like people say, yeah, he'll be taking minutes with some songs. Like Carmelo been a bench player for like 4 years. Like he was a bench player in Portland. He's one of the Lakers. Like Carmelo
knows his role now.
Yeah, he's not a star. He knows that.
Yeah, Carmelo knows. Carmelo's what, like 38 now, 37, something like that. Yeah, he's older. Like he's in his late 30s. So
it's not Carmelo that was with the Nuggets and Knicks. Like that's like ball hogging. Like he's not.
I'm the star. I'm the star of the team. Like he's not going to try to take Zach LaVine's minutes. He's not going to try to do that.
Yeah, he went with Portland. He took a lesser role behind CJ and Dame. And with the Lakers, he had like a bunch of motherfuckers in front of him there. It's like he took a role behind LeBron, Russ, AD, like all of those. Yeah, like all of those. He's not trying to be a star now, and he averaged what, like 13, 14 off the bench for the Lakers. Where the Bulls lacking are in bench scoring. You want that on your team?
Yeah. Carmelo's and the fact that he's a veteran, like so he's been around the block several times. He's a veteran. He knows. Like with younger teams, because the Bulls are a mix. Like they have like young players, and then they have like some vet. They have a few vets, but they have like young. They have a lot of young.
They signed Drummond. They signed some vets recently.
Yeah, they got some young. They got some young players. So with these young teams, you gotta keep them focused. You gotta settle down. If you gotta talk to these young players so they don't get frazzled. Young people get frazzled. So I think his veteran presence and his leadership would be good.
I would be for it if Carmelo signed. If the Bulls signed Carmelo, I would not complain. I saw that online. It's like when cats
give us some 13 points off the bench. Give us that.
I was like, y'all are butthurt because he didn't sign here. Like,
and in a pinch, sometimes guys like that, they might go off for 25 one night.
He's a guy that can he's gonna
do that.
Pouring off the bench and in certain situations he can close games. You put him out there with the starters at the end of the game.
Like if he going for
Zach, DeRozan and Carmelo all on the floor at the same time in like certain situations where it makes sense. Yeah, you can do that.
Because you just adjust up or down what you need.
You need extra scoring. You can take Pat Williams out and put Carmelo in with that closing lineup.
That's what a good coach knows how to do. A good coach knows how to read and to figure out.
If you're gonna play, you're gonna go small, play some small ball. You take Vooch out and put Carmelo in, and you move Pat Williams to the center. It's like you want to go small. Like you have different situations where Carmelo could be on the floor to close games with the starters. Like but he's right now at his stage in his career, he's a bench player. He's not trying to be a star right now. I was like, y'all don't watch basketball up there. It's like he's gonna be taking the minutes away from take minutes away. Who? Derrick Jones Jr. Like, who's he taking the minutes from? It's like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
not taking LaVine or DeRozan's minutes. He's not taking their minutes.
It's gonna be bench players. He's taking.
We know that they're the top dogs, like LaVine and DeRozan. They're 1A and 1B. Like they're both equal. They're 1A and 1B. Those two, 1A, 1B. That's your number one option. Those two.
I'm just glad I mentioned Dragic again because it looks like that's going to be a good sign, especially with if what we hear about Lonzo is true. Like saying that he's his knee is still shaky. So signing Dragic would be, because I was thinking, we were talking about this the other day off the air about the guard. But I was like, you're gonna need Lonzo if you're gonna be a real legit.
You are to be a real threat.
To be a real contender. But the Dragic might help plug that hole because he's a veteran. Yeah, like he's been to the finals with Miami.
Bulls because the team that we had before injuries, Bulls were a top 3 team in the East.
They were pretty solid.
They were a top 3 team without injuries.
DeRozan was getting MVP votes. Is like
they were a top 3 at lowest without injuries. I say 4. Like I said, they're a top team in the East. They're a top East team.
The reason why you need Lonzo mostly because of that ball movement. Because like
the ball movement.
Bulls, like I said, we're top 3 in the East. Like before. But then after the injury, I think they moved to the bottom half of the league. They were like 19 or 20 as far as like ball movement because so nothing against, like I said, Caruso, Ayo, any of those guys, but you're gonna need your star point guard if you're gonna really be a contender. You're gonna need them to so Dragic can help with that because he is a veteran. He's been to the finals before. He will help with that.
When I saw that pass that Lonzo threw to Levine, when he threw that softball pass, and he threw that perfect softball pass to him, I was like, oh my God, like when he threw that pass. Perfect pass.
So Dragic should help fill the gap until Lonzo's 100%. Like that's that'll help. And then add throwing Carmelo with that second unit, then I feel good then.
Yeah.
I'll take a second unit of Alex Caruso, Kobe White, Derrick Jones Jr., Carmelo, and Drummond. That sounds pretty fucking solid to me. I don't know about you. Pretty fucking solid to me. Then you still got Ayo you can plug in as like part of that unit as well too. It sounds
I like Ayo. Ayo's a sponge. Like he's just like, I want to learn.
So
like he wants to get there. He's a sponge. I want to learn.
Caruso, Kobe, Ayo, to Jones Jr., Carmelo, Drummond. Like that's solid bench play right there.
Yeah.
Solid bench play. But what do I know? That's a solid bench play. I don't know as much as the Universal Fan Union, apparently, but yeah.
Shots fired.
But yeah, cats were mad. We're going back to Carmelo before you wrap up. We over.
Yeah.
I said 3 times. Yeah, third time would be the charm because the Bulls tried to get him in 14. Then they did get him during the dark years.
They dumped him, yeah.
It was a salary dump. They traded away. I forgot who they even traded away, but it was somebody who they wanted to get rid of their salary, like the person they traded away. I forget who it was. I probably could look it up. It was somebody, and Carmelo's contract was non-guaranteed, so they traded him and then cut him. Yeah, he never played a game for Chicago, whatever year that was. I don't remember who the player was, but whoever it was, the Bulls traded for Carmelo as a salary dump. I do remember that. Yeah. So this will be third time to charm Bulls and Carmelo. If they were to sign him, because he's still out there. The Lakers aren't bringing him back, so it's still a free agent. Yeah. I said the Nets was the destination, but the Nets haven't even gone after me either. So I'll take him in Chicago.
Yeah,
it's been solid bench play. You 13, 14 off the bench. Yeah, I'll take it.
Get some deep dish. Get some Harold's, yeah. Come here for food.
Well, conflict, his ex-wife is on the side, but they could fire her. Yeah, she like her. Kill her character off like they did on Power.
On that note.
Let's wrap up. Not
another damn podcast on that note.
Hey, yeah. You want to support us further? You know what to do? Give us a like. Yeah. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What's good, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha, girl.
YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. You can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know all you get at me, y'all.
And you can check me out at MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. So SCR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.